get in if you're gonna be that way. You want some? I'm gonna hit you. What? Waiting too late, son.
Come on, Mike, you're being filmed.
Shut up.
Action! No, not really. I can get $1. You hit that ball, boy. You're making it a home run. Home run. Go.
Parents, I also wanted to share with you that this year we have raised the funds to send our fifth graders on a field trip to NASA. We've also purchased musical instruments for the choir. We have enough money now, because it's a variety show, to purchase choir riders and also to put up a marquee in front of our school. So we think we had a very successful year. Presentation of the Magnolia Intermediate School PTA Appreciation Award.
This award is new to the school this year. The PTA just started this year, and we hope every year that will go on successfully. This award is going to be presented to a very special person. She has gone above and beyond the call. She's always there when we needed her. She has never asked for anything in return. At this time, I want you all to help me thank Mrs. Tina Dennis. She also gets a dozen of red roses.
Thank you very much. What I do this for the children, and I enjoy doing it. And I don't want anything in return. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to recognize the retiring officers. Would you please rise where you are? First Vice President, Ms. Joni Fogle. Second Vice President, Ms. Cindy Sorrell. Third Vice President, Ms. Nancy Bailey. Secretary, Debbie Rankin. The Treasurer is Penny Van Winkle. And the Parliamentarian is Ms. Peggy Sonko. Please rest. Service that has marked your tenure as the 1987-88 Magnolia Intermediate PTA officers. Thank you very much for your hard work. Okay, the Magnolia Intermediate PTA has elected Mrs. Ruth Paul as our 1988-89 PTA president. Ruth, would you please step forward? jointly and in united effort with the other officers, work towards the fulfillment of our objects in the service of our children. Members of the PTA, would you please welcome your new president?
Folks, if I can't read this, it's because Linda wrote it. Sorry. Thank you. The newly elected officers are as follows. Please step forward as I call your name. First Vice President Janice Bars. Some of these folks can't be here because they all have kids playing baseball, so I apologize, but Second Vice President Patsy Purdue. Third Vice President Debbie Dempsey, and she cannot be here. Secretary Peggy Richards, she has a sick child at home, so she isn't here. Treasurer Luby Rivera. Historian Linda Boatsam. Parliamentarian Kathy Youngblood. The present and the future of Magnolia Intermediate PTA now rest on your beliefs and abilities, your commitment and powers of implementation, joined to the skills of the officers who will serve with you, and the faith and help of all members of the PTA. Will you pledge yourselves for these people and that service?
With a strong belief in your several abilities and with renewed hope for the Magnolia Intermediate School PTA, I now declare you the duly installed officers for the 1988-89 school year. Thank you.
Folks have done a fabulous job this year. I am really proud of all of them.
Last year we made a presentation to the PTA, and I would like to call up Linda Davis, president for this year. This year we feel has been a very successful year in many ways, and the PTA has certainly attributed to that cause. So we have a plaque here with all of their names and the things that they will have donated for us, and also will be donating. There's a marquee that they are going to be also getting for us. So we would like to present this on behalf of our school community to the PTA. At this time, I would like to introduce to you a longtime resident of our community. This person has served as an administrator and in the school system as a principal as well as an assistant superintendent, and is presently serving on the Board of Education. And he has some words of wisdom that we've asked him to share with you. Mr. J.O. Lyon.
Mr. Juneau, faculty, PTA officers, PTA members, parents, grandparents, relatives, friends, and especially honor students from grades 4 and 5 of Magnolia Intermediate. I thank you for this invitation to talk with you for a few short minutes here tonight, this program. I know many of you do not know who I am, and perhaps I'm sure you'd rather have someone like Michael Jackson or Hulk Hogan or Joe Hager. Certainly, you can feel I'm not any of those, but I do know education, and I've been in education for a long time, more than 50 years, more than half a century, and most of that time I was a high school principal. And most of the time as a high school principal, and I was a principal of some of your mothers and fathers that are out here tonight, and I'm very proud of them, as well as I'm very proud of you. It's hard for old people not to reminisce. Let me give one story, and that's all. But after being a high school principal for 24 years, I went over to the elementary school. Some of these faculty members back here were there. Had it not been for them, I wouldn't have been much of a principal that first year, I'm afraid. But in kindergarten, we had career day. You can remember kindergarten. Well, the first day, career day, the first day they had a policeman. The policeman came in with his uniform, his big pistol, his shiny badge, his handcuffs and all of that. So all of my kindergarten students wanted to be a policeman. The second day, a fireman came in. Well, he had on his helmet, his high-top boots, and his hatchet that he chopped through the roof of houses. And he talked to these kindergarten students, all of them wanted to be firemen. And then the third day, kindergarten teachers called me in to talk to them about becoming a school principal. Well, it didn't go over very well. She introduced him and said, now, Mr. Lyon is a school principal. How many of you know what a school principal does? Well, you remember kindergarten. Everyone held their hands up. Anytime a question's asked, all kindergarten students hold up their hands. Well, and if you know teachers always, when you have visitors, they ask the student that they feel knows the answer. And one little boy was very anxious. He was almost out of his chair. So she called him to answer the question. And he said, a school principal picks up paper, flushes commodes, and tells kids. The school principal is much more than that. They do lots of things together. And I'm to talk to you tonight to encourage you, to thank you for what you've accomplished thus far, and to stress to you the importance of good grades and to continue keeping up the good work. A good example of what people can accomplish is this coming Saturday night. I noticed in our local paper, the Potpourri, Dr. Cecil Groves is bringing our commencement exercise. He's one of our graduates. When I came to Magnolia, he had just graduated, and he was known for being an athlete, a football player, a field star. He had the state record in the shot put and the discus, and it did help him go to school. But he made a success by working hard and studying hard and going to school for many years, and now he's a college president. You can do whatever you so desire. It does take a lot of effort. It takes a lot of hard work. Also, since I've been principal here at Magnolia, I've seen students go out and become PhDs, MDs, CPAs, architects, and successes in all fields of endeavor. And you too can be successful. The story that goes along with that is, it was in Sunday's paper, Will Rogers, the fellow from Oklahoma, which was a poor state back in the Depression. He was a cowboy. And he became an actor, made a lot of money, but didn't have an opportunity to get a good education. But he attended a function, and this snooty old lady was at this function. And she had been rich all of her life, and she could trace her family all the way back to England. So she asked Will Rogers, who was part Indian, if his ancestors came over on the Mayflower. Will Rogers replied, no ma'am, my ancestors met the Mayflower. So what I'm trying to get over to you is that many times we think that, well, I don't have what my neighbors have, or I don't have what someone else in my school has. It is important to have parents that back us, that support us, to have friends, relatives, but when all said and done, it depends upon us as to what we become. We are to set goals. When you reach that goal, set another goal. And when you set goals in life, you're always going to have failures. All of us have failures. It's no disgrace to fail. The only disgrace is to fail the last time you try. And another story that goes along with that is the story about the king and the rich. Back in feudal days, there was a powerful king and a rich. An old man who probably wouldn't work, or he was shiftless or lazy, But anyhow, he didn't add to the kingdom. And in those days, if you didn't work, the king had the privilege, he'd just take you out and put you in a guillotine and behead you, or he might take a sword, something like this. Then he might just say, well, I'm going to put you through your chest. But anyway, he might take the man's life. Well, this wretch said, King, don't take my life. If you don't take my life, this big white horse, this big white stallion, I can make that horse fly if you'll give me 1 year. The king laughed and said, okay, wretch, if you can make my horse fly, I'll give you your freedom. Not only have your freedom, you'll be a free man forever. So as he went back to the dungeon, his cellmate said, why did you say that you could do the impossible? He said, it's not impossible. There's 4 things that can happen. 1 is bad, that's true. I may die. But the other 3 things are good. Number 1, this king may die. Number 2, this horse may die. And number 3, I may teach this horse to fly. So the man continued to have faith. He continued to have confidence. And the Chinese philosopher Confucius said, he who loses confidence can lose nothing more. So I plead with you, please do not lose confidence. When you fail, keep trying. The poet said, of all sad words of tongue or pen, the saddest are these, it might have been. It might have been. However, if you so will, you can change that. And the greatest of all, Jesus said, all things are possible to him that believe. So I challenge you. Believe in God, believe in your country, and believe in yourself.
My name is Mary Kara, and I'm Resource Aid for them fifth grade. I would like to present Perfect Attendance Awards for the fourth grade. We'll start with Perfect Attendance for the year 1987-88. Aaron Black. Billy Cantrell. Marty Castle. Tony Diaz. Michael Eman. Ricky Massey. Jamie McIntyre. Mitchell Frazo. Tammy Sanford. And Dana Snow. Would you please hold your applause until all fourth graders are called? For 2 years perfect attendance, 86, 87, 87, and 88. I'd like to present Eugene Blowski, Jackie Cruz, Marissa Orsag, Amber Pack, Maria Rivera, Christina Youngblood, Clarence Curtis, Jimmy Fay, Quentin Bowles, thank you.
I present them, I would like to say how important these awards are to all of us. Certainly, being present every day is partly due to the blessing of good health these children have, but it's more than that. It indicates perfect attendance for a long period of time, indicates also an attitude on the part of these children and on the parts of their families, that being here every day is important. And I know as a teacher, and I know all these other teachers know, the one thing we cannot do is teach to the child who isn't perfect. So we'll start with the perfect attendance for 5th graders for 1 year. Would you hold your applause again, please, until all the 5th graders have been announced. Here's Charlotte Back. Anthony Bailey. Charles Bailey. Terry Baird. Corey Ballou. Shannon Groves. Cosme Guerrero. Beth Jones. Christy Mears. Joseph Schultz. And Cynthia Wright. The next students will be those who've had perfect attendance for 2 consecutive years. Crystal Clark. And Ricky McIntosh. Perfect attendance for 3 consecutive years, Eric Curtin. Now for the outstanding accomplishment of 4 consecutive years of perfect attendance, Pamela Johnson. Josh Lohner. And Janet Sanford. Let's give all these students a big hand.
Good evening. I'm Tina Dennis, library aide. I would like to tell you a little bit about the Eager Reader program. The Eager Reader program is designed to encourage students to read. Students are rewarded at different levels for reading from 5 to 125 plus a book. Different students reach different levels. Many of them did. However, I have 3 students who reached the 125 plus level. And at this time, I would like to present to you. In 4th grade, Samantha Dennis. In 5th grade, Robin Mears. fifth grade again, Christy Watson. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ricky Beaver, and I'm the PE teacher at the Magnolia Intermediate School here. First of all, I'd like to say if you see any of the kids up here passed out, they're probably in shock because of the way I'm dressed. I had a little girl tell me a while ago, she said, I've never seen you look like that. I said, no, I don't normally wear a suit and tie to the gym every day. But before I give out these awards, I would like to say how hard it was to pick these 4 students. I have many students that I could have picked, but there's so many of them that do the same things. They do everything very well, but I'm only allowed to pick 4. I chose these 4 young men and women on the basis of their attitude, their attendance, their sportsmanship to their own classmates as well as others, and their overall athletic ability that they have put forth toward the class and themselves. I feel that the most important thing that I based this on was how well they followed the instructions that I have given the class and how well they conducted themselves in my class and as well as outside of the class. The first award goes to a 4th grade girl who is in Mrs. Ashmore's class. She is a very nice girl and she puts forth all of her efforts all of the time. You never find this girl arguing, whether we're playing a real close game in the gym or be it at recess on the playground after lunch. She does not argue or fuss with the rest of the students. And you never have to tell her to do anything twice. She always says, yes, sir. She hops right to it. She follows the rules very well, and I'm very proud of her. And her name is Delina Waldron. The second 4th grader is, I guess what you would call a little toy soldier. He comes to my class every day. I have them get in a straight line. They put their feet together and they put their hands behind their back so that they can leave each other alone. And he comes, I never have to tell him to put his hands behind his back. He stands up straight and he looks at me and he comes in the door and he never asks me why. Like I tell him to do something, he never asks me why. He does it all on his own. I expect a lot out of this man in the future, this young man, because he's very athletic and he gives everything he has in every game. He encourages all of the other students. He never puts anybody down and he always gives his very best. And his name is Matt Hilly. The first 5th grade award of the night goes to a young lady who is very athletic and strictly business on the playground. She also gets along with everybody very well and does not have arguments, but she doesn't joke around and think everything is as funny as most girls. She is very athletic. She wants to win the game, and that's very good, but the main thing, I guess, that's really good about her is that even though, as much as she wants to win, if she's playing softball and one of the people on her team strikes out, she still, she tells them that it's okay. She doesn't jump onto them or anything. And even I've noticed that when they're playing another team, even when the other team, the batter strikes out and she's glad they struck out, she still tells them that they did a good job. And I think that's pretty good. She is in Mrs. Lancaster's room, and her name is Christina Beck. to give is one, you would recognize this young man if you came to the talent show last Friday night. If you didn't, you missed a real good show because Ms. Paradowski and them, like they said, did a great job. This young man, I guess we would call the breakdance kid because he's, I guess if you were watching last Friday night, you might have thought you were watching Soul Train or something because he can do all the stuff. But Lance is very athletic also. He has a wonderful personality. He gets along well with all of the students, and he's one of the smallest young men in the whole 5th grade class. But you would never know it by the way he stands up for himself, and he holds himself very good. And his name is Lance Jordan. Also today is Lance's birthday.
My name is Julie Martin, and I am the music teacher here at the intermediate school. And I had to choose 4 students out of all my 4th and 5th graders for the Outstanding Music Achiever Award. And this was very, very hard because I have many, many hardworking students. I chose my students on musical ability and attitude. And it was very, very hard, but I think that the people that I chose really stand out in their classes. In the 4th grade, I chose Bethany Ayler. Bethany always comes into my room with a smile on her face and ready to sing. My 4th grade boy is Sean Parsons. Sean's not here tonight, but every time his class comes in my room, he is sitting up straight as a soldier and ready to go, and I really appreciate that. My 5th grade girl is one that has really helped me out a lot this year. She is an excellent musician. She plays guitar and piano by ear, and has always been willing to help out in any program that we have, and love her big old heavy guitar up and play for us, and that is Sherry Fillers. And my 5th grade boy is one that's given me a lot of joy this year. He's kind of stood out in his class with a smile on his face, and he's very, very sweet, and he tries really, really hard, and he's going to be a good musician. And his name is Daniel Field.
Hello, my name is Melody Ashmore, and I'm a 4th grade teacher, and I'm going to begin the presentations of the super citizens. The super citizens that we choose from our classroom, they always show us put forth a real good effort, not only in their schoolwork, but in everything. They have a good attitude, they strive to do their best, and we're real proud of them. And the 2 super citizens that I chose from my classroom are Marisol Escobedo and Jonathan Zinsmeyer.
Hello, my name is Sue Basner, and I have 2 outstanding young ladies to introduce to you. I chose them first and foremost because of their academic attitudes and abilities. They'll be trying to the bitter end when everyone else is ready to go on. Their heads are still way down working on their assignments. Also, I chose them because of their ability to be friends with just about everyone, including me. Many times they've gotten me out of little tight situations by a soft, gentle voice that will be reminding me of something that I should have remembered. And also, they usually smile, and sometimes when I think something is amusing in the room, they will too, and that is kind of nice. They are Maria Rivera, Basti Rodriguez.
Hello, my name is Kay Marsh, but right now I'm going to be Mrs. Frida Bryson. Mrs. Bryson couldn't attend tonight, and she really honored me by letting me present her awards to her two super citizens. I'm fortunate enough to know both of these fine young people. I've had them in my classes before, and they're really very special. The young man who's receiving the Super Citizen Award today is in my language arts class, and there has not been a day that has gone by all year long that he hasn't said, "Have a great day, Mrs. Marsh. Have a fantastic day." Just kind of makes my day. I don't know what I'm going to do without him this summer. And the fine young lady always has a smile on her face, always has a kind word for everyone, always tries to get along with everyone. And it's for that reason I would like for Miss Jamie Ernest and Mr. Richard Henson to come forward. Thank you. See, you shouldn't have applauded. I stayed. I'm not going away now. Now I'm back with you as Mrs. Marsh, as Kay Marsh, and I'm going to get to present my own Super Citizens Awards. And we talked about goal setting earlier today, and at the beginning of the school year, my classroom set some goals. And one of these goals was to really learn how to get along with other people. Now, my two super citizens are outstanding academically, they're outstanding achievers, they're kind, they're generous, they're considerate, but one of the most outstanding things that both of them do, they're able to get along with everyone in the classroom. And I think it would be great if we could carry this over, and if my room 111, could be the whole world, because they really do know how to get along with people. When I say super, they're super in every meaning of the word. And it's for that reason that I would like to present these awards to Miss Annie Berry and Miss Patricia Gibbs. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Barbara Purvis. I'm teaching 4th grade. And the two students that I've chosen to receive the Super Citizen Award are Bethany Ayler and Patrick Sorrell.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Purvis, teaching 4th grade, retired here at Magnolia Intermediate School. This is going to be very hard for me. I'll try. But I have 21 super citizens, but these two young ladies surpassed the qualifications for super citizen. And they are always willing to accomplish any task I set forth, no matter how hard it was. And they were always willing to help their fellow student if they saw their fellow student was having troubles of any kind, whether it be academically or troubles with another classmate. So I'd like to recognize Stacia Ewing on the 10th Friday.
And I teach 4th grade. The two students that I've chosen are outstanding academically as well as in their behavior. And I'd like to say that both of these girls have made my job easy this year. I'd like to present these to first Shelley Leatherwood. And Sheila Bramlett.
My name is Mary Becker and I teach 5th grade, and I'd like to present my two super citizens for this year. The first one goes to Carrie Pritchett. And my second one goes to Melissa Rankin.
Hi, I'm Jan Dean, and I'm a special education teacher for 4th and 5th grade, and lately a 3rd grader too. And we set goals for ourselves at the first of the year as well, and our goals were a little bit different than everybody else's in that we wanted to make sure everybody tried to make it into junior high school, but also that we were able to contain our tempers. And this young man, I don't think is able to be here tonight, but he has really, really done a wonderful job this year. And being nice to everybody and being everyone's friend and containing his temper as much as possible. And his name is Dwayne Miner.
I'm Mildred King and I teach 5th grade. And I chose for my two outstanding super citizens Miranda Trim and Misty Wiltrout.
Hello, I'm Susan Lancaster and I teach 5th grade. I'm very, very proud of all of my students. It's particularly hard for me to select just two out of this group, but I found by measuring them on their scholastic ability and overall good sportsmanship and just the ability to get along with everyone and kind of step everybody up, that made it a little bit easier. So I selected Christine Bell,
Hello, I'm Morris Weedeck. I'm a 5th grade
award, but also because of their sense of humor and the thoughtfulness that they have shown. And they are Charlotte Bagg, and Kevin Smith.
Hello, I'm Becky Payne, a fifth grade teacher, and I selected my girls because they always go a little bit farther. And the first one is Sherry Fellers. And Robin Melius.
I teach the fifth grade, and I did a little bit different in choosing my super citizens. I let the students voice their opinion by a vote also, and it seemed like we were of the same mind of those students that were a little exceptionally polite and super citizens in our class. The first one is Jodine Abney. Emilio Diaz.
I'm Carolyn Wilkinson, and I teach fifth grade. The two super citizens that I've chosen are two little girls that continue to try at all times. Cindy O'Reilly and Kathy Komachek. I don't think Kathy's here tonight, but Kathy has really tried harder and gone beyond herself all year long. And I really appreciate the two girls.
I'm Sue-Ann Powell, the counselor, and it's my privilege to award the Presidential Academic Fitness Awards tonight. These children are ones who have met two criteria in order to receive this award. Number one, for their third, fourth, and fifth grade through the midterm, they have maintained a B plus average. And also, they have at least the 80th percentile on the composite part of their achievement test. And we have 53 students who have met this criteria. I'd like to read what